Madam President, are we in a quorum call?
We are not.
We're not. Madam President, I rise to speak and to commend the chairman of the Health, Education, Labor, and Pension Committee, Senator Alexander, for this resolution that's on the floor to rescind and overturn the ambush election rule that the NLRB has that goes into effect on April the 14th. It's just dadgum wrong. You know, it's a solution in search of a problem. We don't have a problem in terms of labor relations. 95% of all the elections for unionization take place within 56 days. The median term is 38 days. That's a month and a half to maybe 2 months. That's all it takes. This would compress the period of time from the average now of 38 days to 11 days. Is 11 days enough time for a worker to get all the information they need to find out whether they want to become unionized? No, it's not. Is it fair to an employer to give him only 11 days to be able to defend himself against a union organization trying to take him to a union shop? No, it's not. Does it do anything for the middle class? No, it does not. This is a solution for an issue, as I said, that doesn't exist, a problem that doesn't exist, and it's time that we stood up for American business and American workers. You know, I ran a sub-S corporation, which is a small business in Georgia. Everybody thinks this is a big business issue. It is not. It's a small business issue. And it's another repeat effort by the NLRB to continue to meddle and tilt the playing field between labor and management. Everybody knows that in the Industrial Revolution, this country overlooked the worker. We had child labor. We had workers working too long. We didn't have good safety rules. We all know that labor unions came about because business failed to address their needs. But that was almost 100 years ago. It was 100 years ago. Today, we have good labor law, we have fair labor law, and we have opportunities for people to be unionized if they want to. 64.2% of all the elections called in the last 2 years have gone to unionized shops. So in other words, the law that we have now today works. It works for the worker and it works for the union, but it doesn't work to compress that time period to 11. It causes confusion, it causes discord, and it causes a terrible burden on the employer and a terrible pressure on the employee. Included in the rule are, in my opinion, privacy violations by the organizers. It's going to require the company to turn over cell phone numbers, private information, and all of that so the unions can harass them to try and get them to go and sign a petition for a clarification and a certification. It's just downright wrong. The chairman of the Health, Education, Labor, and Pension Committee is exactly right. This is an unfair rule. It has no place being passed and adopted, and we have every right to rescind it, which I hope this Senate body will do. Let's remember who the middle class really is. Let's remember who small business really is. Let's remember why we have unions and why we have the National Labor Relations Board. We have it for fair and equitable treatment of labor law. We don't have it to tilt the playing field in favor of labor or in favor of management. We have it to be fair so that everybody gets a fair shake and a fair notice and a fair time to have their say. So I rise to commend the chairman of the committee for his effort, what he has done. I support his effort and what he's done, and I hope the members of the Senate will vote in favor of rescinding this rule before it goes into effect. It would be a terrible 1-2 punch to have this rule go into effect April 14th and IRS tax day be April 15th. That's too much punishment in one period of time. It's just not the right thing to do, and I yield back the balance of my time.